Gnocchi is the kind of dish that can seem intimidating, but in reality, it only requires a few simple ingredients and a little bit of your time. The secret to keeping them light and tender is to use starchy potatoes and only as much flour as you need to hold the dough together. They make a perfect dish for a special occasion dinner. Because you want your potatoes as dry as possible for making your dough, it works well to bake them in the oven. Preheat the oven to 400 degrees Fahrenheit. Wash 1 kilogram of starchy potatoes like russets and pierce them a few times with a fork. Place them on your cookie sheet and bake for about an hour or until they feel soft when you insert a knife. Allow the potatoes to cool just enough so you can handle them and then peel them, discarding the skin. You're going to put the potatoes through a ricer to make them nice and fine in texture for your dough. If you don't have a ricer, you can grate them on the largest holes of your grater. Once done, let the potatoes cool. Lightly whisk 2 eggs with 1 teaspoon salt, a 1/4 teaspoon nutmeg, and a 1/2 teaspoon white pepper. Make a well in the middle of your potatoes and pour in the egg. Now sprinkle the potatoes with 1 cup flour. Gently start to pull the potatoes, egg, and flour together with your hands to form a dough. Only add as much flour as you need to make the dough stay together without being sticky. You can use up to 2 cups, but you may only need 1 or 1.5. You don't want to overwork the dough or add excess flour, as these are the things that can make your gnocchi heavy instead of light in texture. Once the dough is formed, cut off a small portion and roll it into a tube-like shape. Then using a knife or pastry cutter, start to cut them into small bite-sized pieces. Now roll each piece along the back of a floured fork to make your indentations. Place the gnocchi on a baking tray as you make it. At this point, you could freeze them on the tray and once frozen, put them into a bag. They don't need to be defrosted before cooking. If you're cooking them immediately, heat a large pot of water to a gentle boil and drop in the gnocchi a few at a time and stir gently to make sure they don't stick together. When they float to the top, give them another second and then scoop them out, but taste one to make sure it's cooked. When you're mixing them with the sauce, be gentle so they don't break up. You can serve these plain with butter, with a gorgonzola sauce, or any tomato-based sauce.